Serendipity is a major part of making for me, and my process is one where I allow chance and circumstances to guide the practice. In arbor, temporis, momentum, I have constructed a dreamlike world where time is fragmented and slowed. The landscape is reworked and remembered. The minute and gigantic generate wonder, and an immersive sound work creates reverie. The work evokes the enormity and majesty of seasonal flux, the ceaseless continuum of time, and the presence of the beholder, specifically the female observer or inhabitor. I have created a large-scale mixed media, immersive, sculptural and sound installation based on my direct experience as a woman living in central Victoria. Arbor Temporis Momentum is produced directly from my gleanings of the discarded, the overlooked and the ephemeral within my local environment. The work explores themes pertaining to time, metamorphosis, and the construction of the domestic within regional Australia. Well, I suppose all the processes that I employ really focus on the way that things that may or will decay are held for a moment and the spaces that can occupy. And so I often employ Victorian techniques for preserving. The fragility of the dead bird and its association with air and light and the materials that I work with in bronze casting are the antithesis. So I'm working with materials of the earth and of weight and of solidity, and that transfer from the air and wind and lightness and speed and that potential for movement and flight of all things, the most exquisite quality ever, is rendered quite differently. The monumentality of bronze is extraordinarily seductive, especially in its ability to shift. One of the most attractive parts of lost wax casting is nothing at all exists for a period of time. I work with extreme bronze casting techniques, aided in my experimentation by Fundair Fine Art Foundry and other foundries. The works exist on the edge of what is possible for the medium to achieve. And in a medium dominated by men, my work exists as something other, coming from a very different sensibility informed by my gender and interest in women's vernacular domestic making techniques.
Well, I'm Philip Smartis. I'm a sound artist, and Louiseann's invited me to contribute to the project. We thought that we would document the environment that inspires Louiseann. We're setting up the recorder for 2 weeks, and it's going to record each night, and what we're looking at is the weather and the animal life and any other kind of bioacoustic activity that occurs nocturnally, and from that we'll construct a soundscape that captures or reflects some of those themes or ideas.
I think the last 18 months have allowed me to consolidate ideas and thoughts and questions that have been floating around for quite a long time. It's allowed me to focus on specific aspects of my practice and also to be ambitious in terms of the work to be critical, but also to be highly experimental, and to work on refining the language and the work itself. The effect of motherhood has been subtle, magnificent, and unexpected. In the making of my family, I found myself making all kinds of new connections and thinking about existence in new ways. In arbor temporis momentum, I'm making a space that's familiar and yet unfamiliar, a space that triggers memory, a space that offers potential for reflection, that offers a space to just be.